Hello everyone, welcome to my update US gossip channel. Explosive. Horrid things Robyn Brown did to her ex-husband David Jessop revealed by his cousin. Sister Wives fans know well how Robyn Brown blamed her ex-husband, David Preston Jessop, for the end of their marriage. David, Aurora, and Brianna, all of Robyn's children, are the offspring of David. From time to time, she has claimed that the father of her children was not good to them, which is why she decided to leave him. However, fans never fully believed her. Many people have always believed that it was just a cover to marry KODY. Fans also agreed, knowing that marrying Brown would only bring her more fame, which eventually happened. Over time, she tried to create the impression that David was a bad husband and even a bad father. However, a few months ago, his cousin came forward to share his side of the story. You may be surprised by her claims. What did she reveal? Keep reading to find out. David Preston's cancer battle. Sister Wives star Robyn Brown's ex-husband, David Preston, has been battling cancer for quite some time. Preston's diagnosis of chronic myeloid leukemia shocked his fans. It was revealed that he spends hours receiving 4 treatments. According to his doctor, his blood became very thick, and his white blood cell count was extremely high. This indicated that his condition was quite critical. Fans speculated that his son Dayton might be living with him as well as his health status updates. Dayton is no longer seen on TV. When Dayton started using his father's original surname instead of his own, it surprised everyone. According to fans, his LinkedIn profile suggests he might be living with his biological father. Dayton has been working for a company in Texas. David's cousin reveals how Robyn ruined him. The ex-husband's family, a Sister Wives star, spoke out against Robyn Brown in February. For those who don't know, David Preston is battling cancer. Over time, Robyn has genuinely harmed his image on the show. For the longest time, his family did nothing, but now they want justice. A Reddit user posted 2 screenshots from David's cousin. He adopted her and David's children after KODY and Robyn got married. According to the screenshot, Preston's cousin explained why David refused to let his children say they wanted KODY to adopt them. She added, Robyn literally made her children do things her way or else. That is what caused them anxiety. Moreover, she claimed that Robyn rarely allowed her children to speak with their biological father over the phone. However, David allegedly heard Robyn instructing the children on what to say when they spoke to him. Additionally, his cousin stated that Preston never intended for KODY to adopt his children. Robyn used David's name on a credit application, ruining David's credit, it was also revealed. When she divorced him, it left him and his construction company in massive debt. Even though his brother and father helped him with the debt, all of this left David depressed. The cousin further added, I'm so glad the story is out and that my sweet, gentle cousin can hopefully have his life back and move on. She concluded that Robyn ruins lives and families. A user commented, I couldn't stand her from the very beginning. She and KODY deserve each other. When Sister Wives first introduced Robyn Sullivan Brown to the world, fans believed they were watching a new chapter of love unfold between KODY Brown and the woman he called his spiritual soulmate. But as the years went on and the cameras kept rolling, viewers began to question everything, especially Robyn's carefully crafted story about her first marriage to David Preston Jessop. For over a decade, Robyn has painted herself as the tragic victim of a bad man, claiming she escaped a toxic marriage to protect her children, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. But now, shocking allegations from within David's own family, particularly his cousin, are turning the story upside down. The truth that's emerging is far darker, far more manipulative, and far more revealing than anything Robyn ever admitted on TLC. What fans once believed about Robyn's past is now under fire, and the details being unearthed could change the entire way viewers see her role in the Brown family forever. For years, Robyn presented her ex-husband, David Jessop, as a monster, a man she needed to flee from, someone who failed to love and protect his children, someone who made her life unbearable. She said she endured humiliation and hardship, portraying her eventual marriage to KODY Brown as an act of divine redemption. But according to David's cousin, Robyn's version of events was a manipulative rewrite of history designed to garner sympathy, fame, and financial advantage. And what's worse, her alleged actions after the divorce reportedly destroyed David's livelihood, his credit, his peace of mind, and his relationship with his children. The scandal began to resurface earlier this year when online fans stumbled upon heartbreaking details about David's health. The once private and quiet man, who rarely appeared in public since his divorce, was revealed to be battling chronic myeloid leukemia, a life-threatening form of blood cancer. It was reported that David has been undergoing grueling 4 treatments for years, fighting exhaustion, pain, and uncertainty. His condition left him vulnerable, both physically and emotionally, and it was during this time that shocking revelations from his family began to surface. His cousin took to social media to set the record straight, posting emotional messages that painted Robyn not as a victim, but as a manipulator who had spent years twisting narratives to make herself look innocent while tearing down the father of her children. According to David's cousin, the real story of the Jessop Brown divorce is not the one Robyn told on camera. Robyn literally made her children do things her way or else, the cousin claimed, emphasizing how tightly Robyn controlled every narrative about her past. Fans who had long suspected Robyn of stage managing her emotions for sympathy suddenly had confirmation from someone who had witnessed the fallout firsthand. The cousin alleged that Robyn weaponized her children's emotions, forcing them to align with her against their father. That's what caused them anxiety, the cousin insisted, adding that the kids were never allowed to freely speak to their dad. Every phone call, every visit, every attempt at reconnection was allegedly supervised, manipulated, and rehearsed. When the kids spoke to David, the cousin revealed, he could hear Robyn in the background instructing them on what to say. If these claims are true, they expose a chilling pattern. Robyn's need for control went beyond her relationships and into her children's thoughts, speech, and behavior. What made this revelation even more heartbreaking was that David, despite the years of being publicly vilified, never fought back. He remained silent while Robyn built a narrative around him, portraying herself as the wounded ex-wife who just wanted a better life for her children. Fans began to see that silence differently, not as guilt, but as quiet suffering. And now, with his health failing, David's cousin said enough was enough. "I'm so glad the story is out," she wrote passionately. "My sweet, gentle cousin can hopefully have his life back and move on." But the revelations didn't stop there. The cousin alleged that Robyn's actions after the divorce were financially devastating to David. According to her, Robyn used David's name to apply for credit, allegedly without his consent, and left him to deal with the fallout when the bills came due. She used his name on a credit application, the cousin stated bluntly, and later ruined his credit. The damage went beyond mere numbers. It crippled David's small construction company, forcing him into deep debt and depression. Though his brother and father reportedly stepped in to help him pay off the financial disaster, the emotional toll was immense. A man once proud of his hard work, David was now struggling to survive both physically and financially, all while being publicly shamed by the woman who had helped put him in that position. This side of the story hits hard for longtime Sister Wives viewers, many of whom always felt that Robyn's sad single mom persona seemed too rehearsed, too clean, and too convenient. When she entered the Brown family, she instantly became the favored wife, the one KODY called obedient and sweet, the one who seemed to validate all his emotional chaos. Together, they built the image of a perfect, God-ordained love story, but behind that image was a trail of broken relationships, financial entanglements, and damaged reputations. The cousin's story added a new, sinister layer to that dynamic. Fans began to question, did Robyn use KODY not out of love, but out of strategy? Did she see him as her ticket to public redemption, and perhaps, fame? Even more intriguing is the quiet way David's son, Dayton, began to reassert his identity in recent years. Fans noticed that Dayton dropped the Brown surname and returned to using his father's last name, Jessop. That subtle act, seen in his professional profiles online, spoke volumes. Dayton's LinkedIn profile reportedly lists him as working for a company in Texas, away from the chaos of Flagstaff and the shadow of KODY and Robyn's marriage. Many interpreted that move as a silent statement of independence, a sign that Dayton may have reconnected with his biological father or at least sought distance from his mother's ongoing family drama. If Dayton really is living with his dad, one fan wrote on Reddit, it says a lot about who he trusts more now. While fans speculated about Dayton's quiet reappearance under the Jessop name, the deeper issue remained, how Robyn managed to shift public perception for so long. For over a decade, she successfully convinced the audience that she was the peacemaker, the devoted mother who entered the plural family only to face cruelty from KODY's other wives. But behind that camera-ready smile, there was always something about Robyn that seemed too polished, too self-protective. And now, the cousin's words, "Robyn ruins lives and families," echo hauntingly as fans revisit her behavior throughout sister wives' long history. Take, for instance, her relationship with KODY. From the very beginning, she was his emotional anchor, his confidant, the woman who validated his frustrations about Mary, Janelle, and Christine. Viewers often noticed that whenever KODY clashed with one of his other wives, Robyn was there to soothe him, and subtly reinforce the narrative that he was the real victim. "She's very good at emotional manipulation," one fan commented. "She cries on cue, plays innocent, and then acts shocked when people call her out." It's a pattern that mirrors what David's cousin described: control through guilt, tears, and emotional power. What makes these revelations even more devastating is that they come at a time when Robyn's public image has already been slipping. Since Christine, Janelle, and Mary left KODY, fans have increasingly blamed Robyn for the collapse of the Brown family. Her constant tears, self-pity, and victim narratives have worn thin. Now, with the cousin's accusations circulating online, Robyn's reputation has taken another hit, this time, not as KODY's divisive wife, but as a woman who